Taika Waititi, a great artist, a filmmaker, a writer, an actor, I think has probably contributed more than anyone else that I can think of to New Zealand culture, to New Zealand life, to putting New Zealand on the map internationally.
One of the things I strive for in my work is to, I guess, take a sort of little snapshot of the human condition or human nature. It's like, you know, just to say, this is what life is like. I've realised there's a power there with film.
I think Taika does an amazing job of holding the mirror up to us so that as a society we can see ourselves for better and worse.
My most recent film was about people who are on the margins and people who don't feel like they're part of society.
He uses humour and he loves to make people laugh. It's probably a tool and a way to access his audience across the world, no matter what income bracket, what age, what sex, what sexual orientation, no matter what group you fall into, there's a story that we can all relate to. The more you get to know Taika and his work, I feel like the more you get to know New Zealand.
One of my passions is the encouragement of the youth to tell stories. Especially in New Zealand, one of the things that I'm really concerned about is child poverty, the huge rates of child poverty and teen suicide. And we've got the highest rate of teen suicide in the OECD. So I feel that laughter is a fantastic medicine, and with our youth, you know, I want to see them become more artistic and creative, and because I feel like the more in touch with those feelings and the more that you're able to express yourself through art and creativity, the more in touch with yourself you are, and the more that you can recognise, hey, I'm depressed, I've got to talk about it. One of my things is to try and change that by encouraging kids to remain connected to their creative force.
I think Taika can make us laugh, he can make us cry, he can make us cheer. And I mean, the only other people who can do that are the All Blacks, and there's 15 of them, so he's doing pretty well, just as one person.
Society can't operate and be healthy and balanced without laughter and without entertainment and without art. Without art, we're nothing.
And I think he's like a tremendous role model for New Zealanders to be ourselves. That there's not a kind of cookie-cut Kiwi that we need to emulate. We don't all have to aspire to be Richie McCaw. We can just be whoever we want to be or try and be the best versions of ourselves.
Taika loves our country, and I think you can see that in the stories that he chooses to tell about us. He chooses stories about the complexity of children's lives, and it's very hard to tell those stories in a way that's both loving and real.
There's craft in his work too. It's not an easy thing to do. It's a Taika thing to do, and I don't know that anyone else ever has had quite his spirit, and especially within New Zealand, united audiences in such an extraordinary way. Thank you, Taika.